Devastated and in disbelief, a father of a teenager killed in Madison over the weekend tells us what led to the tragic Saturday night crash.
Also, there was a big reveal on a key piece of evidence in the Chandler Halderson murder trial late this afternoon. We'll share what it was.
And some new hope from northeastern states as Omicron cases begin to decline. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5. Signs, balloons, and candles mark the place a 14-year-old Madison boy died this weekend. They are a painful reminder of how quickly life can be taken away.
Happened in an instant during a car crash on the west side. Brad Hamilton live there tonight, having spoken with the boy's father today. Brad.
Well, Benjamin Blunt called his son Jeremiah a loving and sweet young man, the kind of person that was really just a friend to everyone. On Saturday night, Benjamin Blunt says that his cousin took Blunt's sons, Jeremiah and Benjamin Jr., to buy snacks for a family movie night just before 8 o'clock. Just a few minutes later, Blunt's cousin called him to let him know that there had been a serious accident. Blunt says that he quickly made it to the crash scene near the Quick Trip on Schrader Road, just off the Beltline. Jeremiah did not survive.
That I'm in pain, that I failed my kids. That I let somebody take my son's life. That it's like so much stuff going through my head, I can't even focus.
Madison police say the 14-year-old Jeremiah was officially pronounced dead at the hospital, but Blunt says his son was dead before even making it. His younger brother, Benjamin Jr., broke bones and is seriously injured. Tim Lamons with the Madison School District says the loss of Jeremiah is truly heartbreaking, and they're just making sure all of the students at La Follette High School get the support they need. Madison police say that they are still investigating the cause of the crash. There's also been a GoFundMe set up for Jeremiah's family. You can find that on our website, channel3000.com.
Brad Hamilton live tonight. Brad, thank you. The Madison area will be under a weather alert later this week.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has the details. Gary?
He looks a lot like Dana tonight.
You know,
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Dana.
Gary got a little blonder and a little taller out on the patio. I know. Right now, of course, we're seeing a little bit of a change in our temperature trend. This afternoon, high temperatures climbing to the mid-30s, a bit above average. But now our breeze picking up just a little bit more. That's helping us cool down overnight and fall into a transition for a colder trend for Wednesday and for the back half of the work week. Wind speeds generally mid to upper teens, so a bit breezy outside for us coming from the west-southwest. That becomes more of a northwest breeze as we look ahead to tomorrow. Some light flurries right now north of Madison, but we could see some light flurries or even drizzle as we look ahead to the next few hours drifting into southern Wisconsin. We do have an alert day in the forecast now for Thursday. Low temperatures dropping well below zero. High temperatures in the single digits with wind chills below zero through the day. We'll take a closer look at that cold trend in just a few.
All right, Dana, thank you. The Chandler Halderson trial resumed today after a pause of nearly a week.
That break was announced after Chandler Halderson tested positive for COVID. Before proceedings began today, Judge John Hyland notified the court that a juror had now tested positive. That juror was dismissed and replaced by one of the trial's 6 alternates. Crime lab experts say they found Chandler Halderson's fingerprints on a piece of duct tape stuck to a tarp that had his father's blood on it.
The trial continues today after taking a pause, as we mentioned. Chandler Halderson previously tested positive. Today's testimony focused primarily on physical evidence. Brady Mallory is here now with the details. Brady?
Laura Madsen, a print examiner for the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, says she received a set of full fingerprints from Chandler Halderson. The fingerprint on the piece of tape matched the print of Halderson's left ring finger. Last week, prosecutors established the piece of tape was found stuck to a tarp that had blood stains that matched Bart Halderson's DNA. Another state crime lab analyst testified she was able to match the piece of duct tape to a roll of duct tape that was found in the Halderson home. And Madsen says that she looked at the unique features of the found fingerprint and compared them with Chandler Halderson's prints.
I'm going to look to see if I can find a same grouping that corresponds. If there's correspondence, I will continue to go back and forth until there's enough sufficient data to either identify or exclude.
Madison also testified she was able to match footprints on 2 tarps of interest in the case to a pair of shoes DNA analysis showed were worn by Chandler Halderson. During cross-examination, though, Halderson's defense team noted that the crime lab would have no way of knowing how or when the fingerprint or shoe prints would have been made.
Brady, thank you. If you want to get caught up, we have a page dedicated to the trial on channel3000.com. You can watch a live stream of the trial and find day-to-day breakdowns of what has happened so far. We also have a full timeline of events from the case leading up to the trial. You can find all of this information on channel3000.com.
The Biden administration's COVID test website rolls out a day early, and Michael George tells us Omicron cases are turning a corner in New York.
Getting your hands on those at-home COVID tests may soon get a little easier. Tuesday, the Biden administration quietly tested its website for Americans to order free tests delivered to their doorstep.
Are these orders being registered? Are they going to be?
Yeah, that's beta testing.
Okay.
Yeah. So meaning we're going to launch it formally tomorrow morning.
California has now tallied more than 7 million coronavirus cases, just 1 week after surpassing the 6 million mark. New state guidelines would allow healthcare facilities to immediately bring back workers who test positive for COVID but are asymptomatic.
We don't have choices in some areas.
Rising case counts forced Houston schools and offices to close for another day. But hospitalizations and cases in New York City are dropping fast, prompting the mayor to keep schools open and predict victory.
Let's be clear on this. We are winning.
The mayor credits the city's high vaccination rates for the success, with 16 million doses administered, including 2.5 million boosters. Vaccination rates and public health policies are inconsistent across the country. During a virtual panel at the World Economic Forum Monday, Dr. Anthony Fauci lamented the pushback against safety measures.
Reluctance to wear masks, reluctance to promote vaccination. We know if we all pull together as a society, we would be much, much better off.
He said the chance of eradicating COVID altogether is not likely. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And join us at 10 where News 3 Now's Christina Laurie breaks down how to navigate through the government's test website.
A new study suggests remote learning may have a negative impact on young minds throughout the pandemic. Hundreds of schools across the U.S. have switched to virtual learning or canceled classes altogether. The Journal of the American Medical Association shows school closures and social lockdowns during the early months of the pandemic were associated with distress and anxiety among children. But some teachers have concerns about their own health, complicating the decision to return to in-person learning.
I know teachers want to be in school, but they want to be in school where it's safe and healthy.
Some state and local officials are doing what they can in hopes of keeping schools open. In Massachusetts, the governor announced a rollout of free at-home tests for teachers and students. Inmates at a jail in Arkansas are suing officials after they say they were given ivermectin to treat COVID-19 without their consent. The 4 men say they were given high amounts of ivermectin, but were initially told it was vitamins, antibiotics, and steroids. Ivermectin is used for parasites in livestock and has been approved for some conditions in humans like head lice. Officials say it should not be used to treat or prevent coronavirus, and doing so could be dangerous.
Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin have introduced new legislation that would tighten eligibility for unemployment benefits and Medicaid coverage. They say the bills are designed to get more people into the workforce and address what they're calling a crippling labor shortage in the state. The measures would require audits of recipients' work searches and a state audit of attempts to prevent fraud. The bills also would shrink the length of time people can receive unemployment benefits as the unemployment rate drops and prohibit automatic renewal of Medicaid benefits.
People want to work. They want to be successful. They want to see their dreams come true. This governor, we feel, has not put a priority on solving the problem ahead of us, and we would like to change that with this set of bills.
And the bills would strip Medicaid benefits from able-bodied childless adults who refuse a job offer. It would also deny unemployment benefits to people who refuse job interviews or don't show up. The Republicans plan on voting for these bills before the end of February. Officials in the Pacific island of Tonga say the country is facing an unprecedented disaster after a volcanic eruption triggered a deadly tsunami. At least 3 people died. An underwater volcano erupted, delivering unknown destruction and cutting communication to the island. Australia's Navy brought badly needed food, water, and other supplies today. Tongans outside the country say it is a painful wait to learn the fate of their loved ones.
The worst fear is the suffering of other people. That's hard to cope with.
Tongan authorities fear the death toll will grow as the full scale of the disaster becomes clear. And the eruption also caused an oil spill off the coast of Peru. Officials say the spill is now under control. Crews working to clean it up. But the country's minister for the environment said the area's biodiversity suffered serious damage, which could affect the health of local residents. And coming up next at 5, despite pushback from Republicans, Senate Democrats are moving forward with a plan to protect voting rights.
But not all Democrats approve of the plan. We'll have details after the break. And later, Packer fans are getting ready for the team's first playoff game of the season. Coming up at 6, how many are traveling to Wisconsin in style?
Stocks got battered on Wall Street. The Dow falling more than 543 points. The Nasdaq lost over 2.5%, tumbling 386 points. And the S&P 500 lost 85. We'll be right back.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this New Year's and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Clog their defenses. Sir, yes, sir.
Combat leaves debris and damage to your home and property all year round with a solution you can get and forget. LeafGuard is the only gutter system guaranteed never to clog, whatever the weather. Call 1-833-LeafGuard today for a free in-home estimate and get a $50 gift card. Defend your gutters from clogs forever with LeafGuard. Call 1-833-LeafGuard today.
A deadly car crash takes the life of a La Follette student over the weekend. Tonight at 6, hear from the family. And we have new information from our special report on the dangers of launching 5G service near airports. That's coming up at 6.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Facing a wall of Republican opposition and key defections within its ranks, Senate Democrats are moving forward with a plan to try and push new voting rights protections through Congress.
Chris Wynn has more from Washington on why the effort is likely to fail.
On Capitol Hill, the Senate began debate Tuesday on voting rights legislation that combines two separate bills already passed by the House.
We have not reached the place where every person can vote easily and openly and honestly.
The Freedom to Vote Act would establish nationwide standards for ballot access, including requiring states to allow early voting and vote by mail. It would also make Election Day a federal holiday. The second measure, named after the late Representative John Lewis, would restore parts of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that were weakened by the Supreme Court. Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are against exempting voting rights legislation from the filibuster.
And this is a fight. Voting rights is a fight. Republicans, when they show up with an axe. Democrats show up with a butter knife.
Supporters say voting rights measures are needed to undercut laws passed by Republican-led states that make it harder for people of color to vote.
Our future hinges on your decision, and history will remember what choice you make.
But opponents are calling the proposal partisan overreach, with some saying that more attention should be placed on the Electoral Count Act.
Let's have a bipartisan effort to clarify a law that's 150 years old, rather than the efforts the Democrats are taking to politicize and use January 6th as a political weapon.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
The TSA sets a new record for the number of firearms recovered at U.S. airports. Last year, TSA seized almost 6,000 guns at checkpoints, 1,500 more than the previous record in 2019. TSA says a majority were loaded, an expensive mistake for those who didn't properly pack their firearms.
Know that if you do have a weapon and it's detected in the checkpoint, it's first going to take you a lot more time. Secondly, there might be local law enforcement action. And third, we will follow up with a civil penalty action.
Fines range between $3,000 and $14,000 or more if it was a repeat offense.
Bad news for fans of Celine Dion. The singer announced she is canceling the rest of her tour. She posted on Instagram that she is recovering from severe and persistent muscle spasms, and the issues have hindered her ability to perform. The remaining 16 shows of her Courage World Tour are canceled. A medical team is assessing the singer's health and treating her condition. State lawmakers held a public hearing today to discuss making Colby the official cheese of Wisconsin. The proposal was first introduced in 2019. Residents and lawmakers have tried for years to give Colby the honor because of its birthplace, Colby, Wisconsin, but some argue approving Colby would undermine the state's many other cheeses.
Could a text message motivate people to lose weight? That's what researchers at UW-Madison want to find out. Log to Lose is an 18-month research study that aims at helping people build habits for a healthier lifestyle, lose weight, and keep it off. Researchers are looking for local people to participate in the study. Participants will attend online group classes and receive one-on-one phone calls to receive personalized support and feedback.
Let's get a check at the weather now. Dana Fulton is tracking our next alert day. Dana?
It is going to get quite colder outside by the end of the week. You'll definitely notice the drop in the temperatures, but right now you may already have noticed the fact that we're a little behind schedule with our snowfall for the year. It's been a bit dry for us. So far this winter, we've picked up about 8.8 inches of snow, so just shy of 9 inches. Normally, though, at this point in the season, we're closer to 23 inches of snowfall during this season. Compared to this time last year, we were also behind schedule last year, just shy of 20 inches of snow accumulation. But right now, we definitely should have a bit more on the ground. Our snow depth should be a little more, and we should have had a few more snow events passing through, so we're quite a bit behind average. There's still a lot of time left in the season to make up a little bit of that deficit. But right now, again, just shy of 9 inches for us for our total snowfall for the season. We do have some flurries possible for this evening. Likely not enough, though, to really add on more to that accumulation total. Our next opportunity for cold weather comes in late Wednesday night, heading into Thursday and Thursday night. It's going to be bitterly cold outside, so an alert day in the forecast for us for Thursday. And we will have some more chances for flurries this weekend into the start of next week. You can see the light flurries degrees right now, mainly north of Madison, but some of those could dip a little further south over the next hour or two. Temperature-wise, overnight, we'll be falling down to the mid-teens, and that's really where our high temperatures will plateau early tomorrow morning around daybreak before falling into the single digits during the afternoon. So Wednesday, it gets colder during the day. Overnight low temperatures drop below zero for Thursday morning, and Thursday afternoon, high temperatures will be in the single digits, but wind chills will stay below zero throughout the day. So Thursday is definitely a day that you want to make sure that you're all nice and bundled up. If you're spending a lot of time outside at this point, I know that we're used to the colder temperatures, but those wind chills early in the morning, 10 to 25 below zero, make it starting to get to that threshold where it is dangerously cold to spend too much time outside with any exposed skin. Again, afternoon high temperatures will be in the single digits, but wind chills will stay below zero through the day. Next week, it's looking like we're really holding on to this cold trend extending into the end of the month at our 6 to 10 day and our 8 to 14 day outlook. Still likely that we're going to be below average for southern Wisconsin. 15 the high for tomorrow, partly sunny sky, breezy with temperatures falling during the day. We have an alert day in the forecast for Thursday due to those cold morning temperatures, wind chills through the day, and the cold overnight temperatures heading into Friday. For Friday, highs will be in the teens. Saturday, our warm day for the weekend, we see highs in the low 20s. For Sunday, temperatures will fall during the day, and that leads us into a cold stretch for next week. We'll have a small chance for some light snow, it looks like, for the start of the week. Afternoon high temperatures staying in the teens and overnight lows staying close to zero, if not just a little bit below zero. So we're trending back below average, and we really hold on to that cold stretch all the way through the end of the month. As far as traffic conditions, of course, high temperatures today climbing above freezing, so any iced over spots hopefully melting over the last few days with a bit of sunshine and some warmer weather. Overall, no accidents to report, though we are seeing a few slowdown spots westbound on the Beltline. 3990 north and southbound right now looks smooth through Dane County and Rock County. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, sitting at about 18 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. Next at 5, airlines remain concerned about how 5G rollouts near airports might affect flight safety. Today, wireless carriers responded. We'll explain how.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're hungry and you want a great deal, the Super Slam is your perfect meal. It's pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. It's enough breakfast for dinner, and it's as good as it sounds. See you at Denny's.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part? Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Transform your home with Menard's huge selection of lighting. From modern to rustic, you're sure to find your style with over 7,000 lights. The elegant Josca collection is available in 2 finishes. The Josca 3-light island light is $98.99 on sale. Or add a rustic look to your bathroom with the B 3-light vanity light. The galvanized and whitewashed finish is the perfect combination. Grab one for $114.99 at Menard's.
Save big money at Menard's.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
AT&T and Verizon are set to turn on their new 5G technology tomorrow.
But airlines continue to express concern that the new technology could interfere with aircraft communication. Skylar Henry has more details from Reagan National in D.C.
AT&T and Verizon say they're delaying the rollout of their 5G service near some airports amid concerns the signals could interfere with airplanes. In a statement, AT&T said, "We're frustrated by the FAA's inability to do what nearly 40 countries have done, which is to safely deploy 5G technology without disrupting aviation services, and we urge it to do so in a timely manner."
When it comes to safety, there's no calendar. You get it done right, or you don't do it.
Many airlines have warned the 5G service could interfere with the altimeter on many aircraft.
The FAA lists 17 systems that could be affected, and it says the pilot may not catch those errors in time to maintain safe flight and landing.
The CEOs of the major airlines all signed a letter warning that the new 5G services near airports could force them to ground half of the flights, resulting in major travel delays.
You know, we've got every stakeholder that keeps the airplane safe, the airlines, the manufacturers, the pilot unions, even on the mechanic side, the engineers, saying, hey, slow down.
The White House says it's working with AT&T, Verizon, and the airlines to solve the issues.
We're committed to reaching a solution around 5G deployment that maintains the highest level of safety while minimizing disruptions to passenger travel, cargo operations, and our economic recovery.
Phone companies have spent tens of billions of dollars on 5G, which brings much faster internet services and greater connectivity. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Arlington, Virginia.
Now, President Biden issued a statement thanking AT&T and Verizon for delaying the rollout near those key airports while continuing the new 5G service for the rest of the country. And tonight at 6, we'll tell you how it might impact travelers at Dane County Regional Airport.
We'll get a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
We've got a packed broadcast for you tonight. Free COVID tests, the website where you can order up to 4 rapid tests sent to your home. We have all the details. Plus, the airlines canceling flights tonight amid the 5G controversy. The warning that the mobile technology could bring catastrophic disruptions to the nation's airports. And Give With Me, the nationwide call to arms after the Red Cross declared the first ever blood crisis. Your incredible response. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
And today we saw high temperatures in the mid-30s. It is going to get a little colder outside over the next few days. For tomorrow, plan on highs in the low teens pretty early in the day with falling temperatures through the afternoon. That drops us below 0 to start off Thursday. Afternoon high temperatures on Thursday will be in the single digits with wind chills staying below 0 through the afternoon. We fall below 0 yet again for Friday morning. Friday highs in the mid-teens with some sunshine. Saturday will be the warm day for the weekend in the low 20s. Sunday, back to that cold trend with highs of the low teens. It will stay in the teens for the start of next week. Might see a chance for snow starting to creep in at the start of the week, but otherwise a generally dry and chilly trend expected as we start to look towards the end of January, with high temperatures staying below average and overnight lows staying close to 0, if not just a little bit above. So get ready to bundle up. Grab your hot chocolate, whatever warm drink warms your soul, because it's going to get a little colder for us.
All right, Dana, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.